to class 2, and we are still in module 1, but this is module 1B, and we'll be looking at the art of scripting and visual composition, creating content ideas, script, shot types, camera angles, composition techniques. Now we are now moving into, after this we are going into full-time practicals. We'll be doing some practicals today. I'll be showing you how I use Gemini, my workflow using Gemini to assist in my creative content creation, shooting videos, creating short lists, scripting, refining my script, and all of that. This class tonight is going to be so informative. There are so many information, and I want you to try as much as you can. I know we'll be talking a lot, we'll be looking at a lot of things. Try to follow, because this is the boring part. Like I said, this is the boring part of learning editing, learning filmmaking, learning content creation. But once you get this part right, it will make the other part where we do the practicals and all of that very easy for you. Most times people are like, oh, I don't know what style of shots to use, I don't know how to film this idea, I don't know how to execute this idea that I have. The reason why we have issues like that is because we are not properly grounded of the principles of filmmaking. The moment you're grounded in the principles of filmmaking and you're able to get, even if it's the title of what you want to do, and I'm going to show you how I work, right? Before we jump in, let me just lay a background. The way I work, I try as much as I can to title whatever video, whatever content I want to make, because when I'm able to name it, when I'm able to give it a title, I'm going to be making reference to one of my videos called The Extraordinary, right? And the core idea for that video is trying to get people who seem to be ordinary to do extraordinary things, hence the name The Extraordinary. The moment you're able to get a name and a narrative, what is the narrative? I want people who watch my video to be inspired to do extraordinary things. The build up is that extraordinary is done by ordinary people who choose to do the extra. So the moment I'm able to get this narrative, it is what holds the entire content together. I'm able to take just this thing I just mentioned now into any AI platform, and I begin to script and plan my video. So in my ideating and brainstorming phase, what I just need to do is, what is the underlying idea? What do I want to do? Is it to entertain? Is it to inspire? Is it to educate? All right. Is it to sell? Okay, how do I sell it? This is the idea. This is the concept. For instance, let's say someone like our brother who is trying to create conversations between his higher self and somebody who is growing up. I mean, the person of DB of Tech. You just need to find a title. Okay, this is the idea. Let's title it Synchronized Knowledge. I'm just talking from my head, right? Let's title it Synchronized Knowledge. What is synchronized knowledge? What do I want to do with synchronized knowledge? The people who watch this video called Synchronized Knowledge, what do I want them to take away? The moment I'm able to do that, I can now do what we are going to learn today, right? Are we ready? Are we ready? It's going to be a lot. It's going to be a lot. It's going to be a lot. But if you get this thing right, if you get it right, the shooting, because after this, we'll now go into our next class will be the art of shooting. After the shooting, we'll talk about lighting and all of that. Then we'll now move into editing. Okay. But if you get this part right, it will be a breeze. Okay, let's get it. Let's go. So great content isn't an accident. It is a script brought to life. Spontaneity may spark ideas, but scripting shapes them into impact. What on earth did I just say? You see, a lot of persons think that any content, any piece of content they consume was just done by sheer luck, right? They don't know that behind the scenes there was a lot of planning that went into it. While yes, it is good to give room for the spontaneous, like spur of the moment, your creative tab, that flow state just comes on, you now leverage on it. But it doesn't happen every single time. Even the flow state, there's a way you can create a system, right, in your workflow that affords you the ability to enter that flow state within your day-to-day activity. Like today, I entered the flow state today like 3 or 4 times. I'm telling you, because I have like a system that I am working with that enables me to go in and out of it. Okay, so great content isn't an accident. It is planned, it is scripted, it is taught. Because if you say it's an accident, did you just fall? When you're falling, your hand touch your camera, you hit record, the light was rolling. I don't know if you guys have seen stuff like that. Then the light now roll, now set. Then all of a sudden you started talking. All was accident. No, 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 no. This is not the Big Bang. Okay? Definitely not the Big Bang. So, creating content ideas and scripts. Let's jump in. Before you film anything, you must establish 2 things. The log line. The log line is the storyline. Okay, the storyline, the script, and the format, which is the blueprint. So what did I just say? Before you say, okay, let's shoot synchronized knowledge, what do I want to do with it? What do I want people to feel? Remember, we said anyone who creates content and anyone who creates film, anyone who edits video is trying to connect to their audience or their viewers at an emotional level. Why do you need to connect with your viewers and audience at an emotional level? Is so that you are remembered, so that you can share, it can be shared, so that the people can like and comment. The moment you're able to connect with people at an emotional level, they're able to comment, like, and share your work. So number A, idea generation, the logline formula. Every great concept can be summarized in 1 sentence. This forces clarity. So this reinforces the idea that I just said. What is the meat, the bone that of the content? I said synchronized knowledge. In my own case, it was the extraordinary. So I have summarized the entire content into 1 sentence, the extraordinary. So I can now begin to break down the extraordinary into subsets, okay? Okay, this is what this thing is. This is how we are going to go. This is how we are going to flow. This is how I want to touch my audience. I want them to resonate at this level. I just broke it down into 1 sentence, the extraordinary. And this is where you now see people, the moment you're able to do this, you already have your YouTube thumbnail. You get to, everything is intentional, all right? Everything is crafted intentionally. Every great concept can be summarized into 1 sentence. This forces clarity. So this gives you, okay, this is it. Now you're going to be seeing this word protagonist, right? Fix it with anything, right? It can be you, it can be the idea, it can be the interest, right? The protagonist must achieve goal, facing conflict. We already talked about this. Before sticking claw, okay, happens, right? So I must look at a particular goal that I want to achieve. There should be conflict before I now fix it, before it now happens, right? Example, a young hobbit must journey to destroy a powerful, corrupting ring, facing a dark lord and internal temptation before the entire world is enslaved by evil. We all know that I got this from Lord of the Rings, right? That is the character, that is the plot. Even if it's a romance stuff, that is the character, that's the plot. Even if it's cooking, okay, to make that video interesting, yes, it's just you cooking, you need to have plots. It doesn't matter if it's real or not, that you can decide to say, you're cooking and your gas, you ran out of gas, even if your gas is filled up. It's a relatable content, you understand? You plan for it, you can have a backup, you get something like that. You need to go on the journey. What is the journey? This is the goal. I want to make samosa spring rolls. Don't mind me, I'm just saying things that are entering my head. I want to make samosa spring rolls, and all of a sudden I just found out that I don't have flour. I don't know if they use flour to make samosa spring rolls. I'm not a chef. I can cook, but I'm not a chef. All right, so please just follow me. Are we together? Are you still here? So
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah, we are together.
what I'm saying is you need to find, these are the things that help you, spice up your content. You're working on your workspace and all of a sudden something falls. Please let it not be breakable. You understand? Something that if it falls, it won't have any damage or something. Just plan for it. Okay. B, scripting basics. For content creators, a script often means an outline. So for content creators and filmmakers, right, it is the same thing, but it's similar, right? But it is different. For somebody who is just a content creator, he needs a script. Now, remember, I said a script is not just what you want to see. It also contains how you are going to see it. It also contains pointers so that you don't forget. So when I get to this part to say this thing, the camera should be at this angle. So when you're scripting, you say, okay, at this place where I'm saying this, the camera will be at this point. After I say this, the camera will move to this point. All these things are in your script. Okay. For narrative filmmakers, it is a formal screenplay. A formal screenplay for narrative filmmakers is every single thing, both what the director, everything, the light that is going to be used, the settings of the light and all of that. So they are more detailed. You don't really need to bother about some of these things, right? But for content creation, you need to think about it when it comes to what ideating and scripting. Now, it is okay to be messy. Let me tell you something, right? I've been interacting, when I decided to become better at filmmaking, I was interacting with a lot of creators. And I found out that there is no right way to create your creation, because it's not my creation, it's your creation. The only way we know that it is done right is if when people like it. When people don't like what you did at all, then something is wrong. You get? So it is okay to be messy. What do I mean by this? When I shoot content, when I ideate, right, when I'm writing or scripting my content, I don't script chronologically. What do I mean by scripting chronologically? So from part A, as I'm writing, this is where I come in, this is the intro. After the intro, this is the body where I get to retain people. Then after that, this is the ending. That's not how it works, right? So when you are ideating, right, sometimes it's just, your head is just going from point A to point B. You're thinking about how the thing will end. Don't refine it. See, when I teach, because I run a creative school, right? When I'm teaching my students ideating, I tell them every single time, don't try to refine the idea when it is coming. Write it down as messy as it sounds. As, probably, see my language, as stupid as that idea may seem, write it down the same way it came. Don't try to refine it when you are ideating. All right, as the video idea is coming, pen it down. I have my content book, right? It's somewhere there. The moment I'm getting the intro idea, I'm writing the intro. As I'm writing the intro, sometimes the end of the video is coming to my head. I have left space. I'm writing the end. So it's okay to be messy. I don't know if it's only me. Do I have somebody who thinks like me, who your thought is like this, is avasad, and you're like, to you, that's what is stopping you, like, oh, you're not organized. You don't need to be organized when you are ideating. Organization is when you are done putting all these things right down, you can now begin to say, okay, this part now, this is what I'm going to put here. This is how I'm going to start. Oh, this part makes sense. See, many times when I create videos, there are some places I thought would be the intro. I end up using that part in the later side of the video, not the intro. Because this is the way I work. I don't work chronologically, like I said. I don't work in a linear timeline, like, oh, from start to finish. I'm editing the intro, right? I decide to say, oh, what will make this thing make sense here? I need to go back. So I go back and shoot. I go back and film. I am shooting, editing, filming again, editing, doing sound design, recording my voiceover. So I'm not doing everything at a go, piece by piece, because when I work this way, I spot out my errors. When I work this way, I spot out the mistakes. And when I see that I don't have time buffer, the mistake becomes creativity. You understand? So it is very, very okay to be messy. Let's proceed. Now, in you being messy, in you being, trying to ideate, write a lot of things, most persons who are very, very creative, or guys, just give me a second. Just give me a second. Let me turn on my backup power, please. So, one of the issues that most persons who are very, very creative, one of the issues they have is that in their head they overcomplicate things, right? You say, oh, why have you not done the video? I'm talking to somebody right now. There's somebody I have in mind that I'm talking to. Oh, I want it to be good. You know me now. When I want to do something, I want it to be, I want it to drop. Relax. See, there's a principle I learned in design, right? And this is the KISS principle. Keep it simple, Sammy. If your name is Samuel, I didn't have you in mind when I was typing Sammy. I was just looking for a name that will enter S, and the only thing that came to my mind was Sammy. I know we have like 2 Samuels here, so I am sorry. Don't take it personal, but if you take it personal, no problem. Okay, so keep it simple. Keep it simple, right? Now, let me tell you something. Every complex video you see, every complex edit you see follows a principle. All right, it is a build-up. The moment you're able to understand this is why we are doing the whole philosophy, the whole theoretical things. Why? So that you understand what this thing that this person did. You know it and you can replicate it and you can do the same thing. If you don't know the principles, if you don't know the foundation, you are going to struggle. I'm telling you, you are really, 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 really going to struggle. So try to keep it simple. When you're able to keep it simple, you can now begin to build up, right? But in your simplicity, give it room for upgrade. You understand? When you're able to execute, you can now begin to do the remix, right? And nobody can stop you from remixing your creation. You can do as much remixes as you want, right? But make sure you do not, overcomplicate, begin to procrastinate. Oh, don't worry, I'm going to do it when I have Nikon Z8. I'm going to shoot this video when I have this, when I have that. I used to do that. I used to do it a lot. That, there's one thing I need. Once I get it, I'll start shooting videos. Who am I kidding? When the thing came, I didn't shoot videos, right? So keep
I didn't think so.
So keeping things simple and executing, right, will help you build a momentum. That's how you build momentum. In fact, that's how you enter the flow state. One of the things, if I find out that I'm lazy, what I start doing is, okay, let me arrange my clothes. From arranging the clothes, I'll be like, okay, let me just sweep. As I'm doing those little things, I'm building momentum. I'm like, let me pick up the camera and shoot. And bam, before you know it, something spectacular has been bettered. Why? Because I was building momentum. Not every time you get that spontaneous energy. Keep it simple. Have a basic routine. Try as much as you can to shoot every single day. Pick up your camera, film every single boring aspect of your life. Okay? So let's go. Now, understanding what makes a good content idea. Key characteristics. A strong content idea is clear, easy to understand, useful, provides value or entertainment, relatable, connects with a target audience, sustainable, can be expanded into multiple pieces of content. In fact, this one is what sells. The moment you're able to consistently expand on a particular content idea, the more you build a loyal following, the more you build people who you build anticipation. They are waiting for part 2, part 3, follow up. You understand? Platform friendly. Does it fit TikTok? Does it fit YouTube? Does it fit Instagram or etc? Talking points. Good ideas are simple. Repeatable content performs best. All right. What do I mean by repeatable content performs best? The moment you put out a content and people are able to look at it, try it out, right? Boom. Before you know it, your video is blowing. Your video is trending. It's just like, let me use our auntie for instance. They said, here are 5 meals you can easily prepare from the comfort of your home. Next thing, you will now call asparagus. Abi, what is that thing? How many persons have asparagus in their home? Abi, what are they calling those things now? Auntie Gochi, are you here? Is you I'm talking to? Now you.
I'm here.
Like, how is that simple meal? You get, so the moment you're able to look
Yeah.
at, okay, what can people easily replicate, prepare in their homes? Maybe easy plating styles and all of that that they can recreate. The moment you're able to do those kind of content, and people are taking your video, stitching it, doing the same thing, tagging you, and you are now scoring them before you know it. Boom, you're up there. I'm very, very serious. Like, boom. All right, I've just given you idea. You pay me later. Think in terms of series, not just one-off videos. You understand? There's one of my video I did one certain time that had like part 1, part 2, part 3, and it did really, really well organically. People were commenting, people were giving their own, 2 cents and all of that. Before you know, that is how you build a loyal fan base, because you want to build a loyal fan base. You don't just want to become viral and and boom, shooting star mentality. You're here today and boom. If TikTok goes down now, that's it. That's the end of your career. But when you're able to build a loyal following, right, outside TikTok, people will want to connect with you. You understand? People will want to be friends with you. They want to have your contact outside TikTok. So you can easily build back no matter what happens. So you must think about this. Let's proceed. Number 2, where content ideas come from. People have asked this question. What are the sources of inspiration? Where do you get your ideas? There's this particular book, all right, that will help you. Still Like an Artist. Very interesting read. If you don't have it, I'm going to send it to you guys. I have a digital copy. See, not every idea you see today is, how will I put it now, was like, oh, I just sat down, thought about it, and boom. There are some ideas that are like that are unique. Not all. So stop waiting for one light bulb moment to hit you. Look at what is working within your niche. Reverse engineer it. Copy like mad. Remix it. Twist it. When I teach my students, right, in my creative school, I tell them, see, one of the ways I copy, the best way to copy is to reach out to who you're copying from and tell him, hey bro, I just copied your video. I'm trying to recreate what you just did. You understand? That way you're not going to get copyright. Nobody's going to go sue you and all of that. You understand? Now, what are the sources of inspiration? Trends, viral formats, personal experiences, daily life. You can look at your daily life. Most of you think that there's nothing interesting in your life. See, if I am somebody like DB of Tech now, who I can install my own solar, I can do this, I can do furniture work. Honor go tire for me, Jesus. Hey, God. Honor go. See, I'm not talking about creating businesses out of it. No, I'm saying that alone means that I am a very interesting person, and people will not get tired of me. I already know that he's a very wise and interesting person, right? But most persons don't know that little thing that they can do, not everyone can do it, and it's your entry point for content creation. I'm serious. All right, so your personal experiences and daily life. Some of you had an amazing childhood. Some of you, your childhood is like a movie. I'm telling you, your childhood is like a movie. You can just come do story time, tell us about your childhood, and everybody can relate. Like wow, mind blowing. You understand? Not too much edit, not too much VFX, and you're creating steady content. All right. Audience questions or comments. This one I'm going to, okay, yeah, the tool is there. We have to get what is trending, what are people asking, what are people talking about. All right, in my niche, you can use that to create content because people are already interested in such and such. For TikTok, you can use the creator searching sites to create content along your niche. Okay. Industry, fashion, food, fitness, tech, education, comedy, competitors or creators in your niche. Go look at what they are doing, reverse engineer it, still copy this thing and make it make sense, right? Make it authentic while you still copy. I remember a particular video I did. I reached out to the creator because it's somebody I am following and respect, and I told him, boss man, I'm recreating your work. And he was like, oh, okay, because a lot of persons has recreated that particular video. They did every single thing he did the same way, the same thing. You understand? They just took his sound, did the same thing. I did not copy his sound. I did my own sound design. In fact, when he saw the video, he was like, Jesus. He said, your intro alone. He said, your intro killed me. Understand? And that alone gave me, spotlight. Idea mining techniques. Okay, you can use YouTube, you can use TikTok search suggestions, use tools like Answer the Public. You see, Answer the Public is goated. All right, even the free this thing is able to give you a lot of content ideas to work on. I'm telling you, Answer the Public is goated. You can use ChatGPT, you can use AI platforms, you can use Google Trends. Keep a running idea list, Notes app, Notion, Trello. Now, on my notebook, on my content notebook, as the ideas are coming, I'm writing them down. I have some ideas that I've not shot yet. In fact, I have so many ideas that I've not shot yet. They are just there. Okay, so Note app, you can use Note app, you can use Notion for your planning, ideating, brainstorming. Very, very good. You can use Trello boards. You have so many tools to utilize, right? So the ADA principle. This principle is goated. All right. We use it for marketing. We use it for so many things. Okay. Now, what is the ADA principle? The ADA is actually an acronym. All right. AIDA. The ADA principle is a classic marketing and communication model used to structure messages, especially in advertising, content creation, and storytelling. It outlines the 4 key stages you must guide your audience through to get them to take action. A stands for attention. So your attention is your hook. Grab the viewer's attention immediately. This can be done through a strong visual, a surprising statement, a bold claim, a question, eye-catching movement or sound. The goal is to stop people from scrolling, right? To stop people from scrolling. Now, how do you use the ADA principle for YouTube? Because YouTube now, you have a lot of videos. You're competing with a lot of persons. That is where you need to invest on your thumbnail design. If you're the person who does your design, your YouTube thumbnail, go and learn how to create viral thumbnail. Thumbnail designs is bold statement, bold claim. You understand? Reverse psychology. That's what works. Okay, that's what works. So go and study the greats. Look at what they are doing. Reverse engineer what they are doing into your own YouTube thumbnail. Is that okay? So the I stands for interest. Once you have their attention, you must keep their interest. This involves making the message relevant, right? So you need to do your research. Make sure that what you're giving people is gold. Building curiosity, sharing relatable context, showing something the audience cares about. Goal, make them want to continue watching / reading. D for desire. Transform interest into emotional desire. Show the value, the benefit, the transformation, the experience, the emotional payoff. Let's use food for example, right? When you finish cooking, do people taste what you just ate? Even when your audience are not the one tasting. There's this guy, Chef Diwa. The reason why most persons follow that guy is because after he does wonderful storytelling, right? Wonderful storytelling, he mixes English and Pidgin, and the Pidgin is, Benin kind of, Benin kind of, what do they call this thing now? My head is, I'm lagging. The accent, right? The accent he speaks with, he does that. At the end, he serves somebody to eat. And he asks the person, how it be? The person that responds, oh, it's sharp, it's slap, all those kind of stuff. The moment you give somebody to taste the food, they see the value of what you just made. They see the benefit. Oh, it tastes good. Oh, this makes a lot of sense and all of that, right? The next A right? Because what is the goal? The goal is to make them want the solution, the story, or outcome. You understand? Now they are craving more of your videos. You don't just stop there. The next thing is action. Guide the audience towards a clear, specific action. What do you want them to do? Should they buy? Should they click link in your bio? Do you want them to subscribe? Do you want them to like and follow? Do you want them to watch the next video? Do you want them to sign up, visit a link, apply a tip? The goal here is to convert attention into what? Action. All right? So don't worry, at the end of the class, I'm going to give you guys this document. All right? After the end of every of our class, the training materials that we use, you're going to have access to it so that you can go back, study these things, and implement them. Now we are going into using AI. Okay, I'm going to show you my workflow. I think we're in a good time. Oh, wow, 30 minutes. I'm going to show you guys my workflow. I use Gemini. Now, the reason why I use Gemini, I don't know why I'm not able to share my screen. I was prepared for this class, but technology will just mess you up sometimes. It's still refreshing. You can't see it. So we are going to learn how to use AI. I have some books, all right, some premium books on prompt engineering. I am going to share that to everybody. I'm going to share a link where you are able to access those things because it's going to help you. Most persons who complain that, oh, AI is not giving them what they want, is because they don't understand that AI operates on the same principles of Charles Babbage. What Charles Babbage gave us, garbage in, garbage out. All right. The moment you put in garbage, AI will give you garbage. Okay. Every LLM, what I mean by LLM is large language model, and chatbots have a particular language. Okay. There is how to talk to them. If you don't know how to talk to AI, to speak to AI, you're not going to get wonderful results. So let's jump in. Practical workflow using Gemini. Phase 1, content idea and login. Remember, we're using it to create content ideas. Okay. The goal here is to define who, what, and why of your story clearly and quickly. The professional prompt structure, role, assign Gemini, ChatGPT, any other platform, Perplexity AI, whatever AI platform you're using, assign that chatbot a persona. What do I mean? See, when you go into any chatbot, right, or any model, right at that time they are generic. They are serving different persons. They are serving caterers. They are serving designers. They are serving writers. They are serving a large pool of audience. Now this works for anything, not just content creation, filmmaking. It works for anything, any industry at all. You need to prompt, let's say ChatGPT or Gemini, to assume a persona, to become somebody. Okay, e.g., act as a viral content strategist or act as an indie film screenwriter. The moment you tell it is now, this is what I do. Let's do some practical. Can we do something? Can you guys still see my screen?
Yeah, possible.
Let's go to Jen. Sorry, you have a question?
No, I said we can see the screen.
Okay. I'm going to need a new chart. Okay. Now, I already have some prompts, okay, guys. I already have like prompt structures that you can copy. So I'm not leaving you hanging. Okay. So in our prompt structure, okay, let's read all of this before we go into the practice. So assign the first part. You don't just do it then stop. All right. Your first word is to tell ChatGPT or Gemini or whatever to act as a viral content strategist. Now, don't just use viral content strategies. This is what I do. I tell it to act as a viral content strategist, for example, that has 5 years, 10 years experience working with so and so. I begin to name the people that I like their content style. believe me, they have access to their content. Okay, I like their content style that ChatGPT has worked with them. I will now go to say, you can either say state the ultimate, now the goal and the topic. What is the goal and the topic? State the ultimate purpose. Generate 5 ideas for a short film. Don't just do this, right? I'm just trying to make it simple, but don't just do this. You can now move ahead to say, give it more context. Give your chatbot more context, as though you are talking to a human being. Now, this brings me back to something. When you are creating videos, when you're creating content, you're shooting content, there are two modes you need to assume. One is you are talking to a friend. So don't just sit, look at the camera, don't blink, and you're just talking. Hi guys, my name is this is it. You're not an AI, you're not a robot. Okay? So you're talking to your friend. How do you talk to your friend? What kind of words do you use? Now, I'm not saying talk to that your friend that used to insult, because not everybody will condone it, right? The next way is to assume a higher status, somebody of authority, a big brother. In fact, I'm going to tell you this: big brother style of content generates more loyal following. Let me explain what I mean by big brother kind of content. When you come and you say something like, if you're within this age range, this is what you need to know, this is what you need to do. Or if you've been a caterer if you're just starting your career, as a caterer, you need to know this. You now introduce yourself as somebody who has 20 decades. Did I just say 20 decades? 2 decades plus, all right, experience in this field. I believe I have. You understand? When you're not like, oh, this guy is a big brother. Oh, this guy has result. Oh, I think he knows what he's saying. Let me pay attention. It gives you a lot of loyal following. I just thought to put that out there. So the next thing is the goal and the topic. All right. Personally, I don't just state my goal. I give more context. So I begin to tell Gemini, like, I'm trying to create a short film. The short film is 1 minute. I'm detailed. The short film is 1 minute, right? And the theme is, the extraordinary. The borderline idea is that I want people to see that you can be an ordinary person but still be able to create extraordinary things. Are you guys following? I want the overall idea to be set in so and so. Now this is my structure. I want it to look like so and so thing. I want it to look like, that guy that is talking to himself like, hey, shit, you get. I want it to be structured that way. Understand? So you are giving it ideas. Now, I don't just stop here. This is where most persons stop. Okay? The constraints. Now, for this constraint, this is where I like using Gemini. Let me show you something. Let me show you guys something. Are you guys still with me?
Yeah. But that Gemini is sweet.
Okay.
They talk. The guy go answer you like at last.
Okay. Let's go into Gemini. Now, the reason why I like using Gemini is the live mode. Okay. Is the live mode. Now, when I go to live mode, we have the video. I was supposed to share my screen. Guys, just give me 1 minute. Let me try to see if I can share my screen. Okay, just give me 1 minute. Let me see if I'll be able to share my phone screen. Let me pause. That didn't work, so let's just wing it. Now, in the live mode, when remember we are in this constraint part.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Did you play the recording back?
Did I play the recording back?
Yes, like the recording, like you don't start again.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't worry, I can't miss it. So now when we get to these constraints, this is the most important part for independent creators. Specify, now forget about budget, right? Specify what you have, the kind of light that you have. That's where I use this live mode. So this live mode, this is what I do. I will make sure that I send this. I all those things I have typed, I will send it. it will generate some things. I will not pay attention to those things that I've generated. Okay. I will go into live mode. Okay. I'm now going to tell Gemini, this is what I have. I have this light. I have this. I have this. This is my workspace. This is where I want to shoot the content. These are the lights that I have. Right? I will show it everything. These are the lights that I have. Using this and what I have, create 5 content ideas. Script it. Give me short lists. We're going to look at short lists, right? Give me short list. Give me this, that, and boom, you send it. It is going to use all it is seeing. All it is seeing to start generating. In fact, most of my content that I shoot, that people say, oh, this is well thought. This is how I made it. I'm not joking. This is exactly how I made it. If I want to shoot from here, I want to use this part to film, I'll just come here and show it. You understand? I'll come over here, show everything that I have. It will now start giving me ideas. Now, I'm not going to use those ideas the same way it gave me, you understand? Because it's still generic. I'll start refining those ideas. Okay? Now, output format, define how you want your answer structured. So, you need to tell it, this is how I want you to answer. All right? I just said how. I talked about short list. I talked about lighting positions. Let it give me all those ideas. Your own is just to input all these things and rest. Okay? Let's move forward. Is that okay? Is that okay, guys? Are you with me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Let's proceed. Now, short film ideas. Act as an indie film screenwriter. Generate 5 unique, low-budget ideas for a 3-minute short film. The theme must be a moment of unexpected hope. The setting must be a small bedroom and require only 1 actor. Why? I am filming myself. So I always tell it 1 actor. Let it not give me one bogus stuff. I am the only one filming myself. You understand? I'm filming myself. I don't have a videographer. I don't have anything. Make sure you tell it what you're working with, who is shooting the video, and all of that. This is how I script. Okay? This is how I prompt. Okay, sorry. Now, this shows us our budget, our clear constraints, our emotional tone. This is what we want to do. I want it to be in the style of so and so and so and so. Okay? The social video concept. Now this one is for social video. Act as a viral content strategist. I want to make a 90 seconds YouTube short about why your house plants are dying. Generate 3 video concepts that follow a problem solution hook structure. Include a catchy title and a clear promise of value for the viewer. Remember, we are using what we've learned, storytelling, the hook, the structure to retain people. So it's going to give us all of that, right? It's going to help us with all of that. Platform length, it shows us that, oh, this is what we're working on. This is the platform we're working for. So every script is going to give us is tailored towards that platform. Okay. Value proposition and retention. Character development. Create a detailed character profile. Now you can mix all of this in different charts. Why? For instance, now for someone like DB of Tech who is working with 2 different characters. Now, if I don't know if you guys have watched my video about imposter syndrome. We have the doctor and we have Chidi. I scripted the whole dialogue, the entire dialogue with Gemini. I scripted the entire dialogue with Gemini. If it gives me what I don't like, I tell it, I don't like what you just gave me. Put it in this tone, this tone, this style. It will rewrite it. So I now have that. I now have my conversation. So that one is the dialogue now, the character development, how the character will dress, how the character will look. Okay, that one is different. I now carry it, I write it down. And I talk about the lighting scenario, the lighting positions, the camera angles. You get, that one is different. So this is how you use it to create your script, use it to create your short list, camera angles, lighting styles and all of that. I'm still going to teach you camera angles, okay? I'm still going to teach you lightings. I'm still going to teach you color and all of those things. Okay, but you can use this to generate ideas. Is that okay? Can we proceed? So this gives us visual detail, internal conflict, and symbolism. Right? Create a detailed character profile for this Ava, the protagonist of a short film. Her visual style is minimalist and anxious. Her goal is to leave a bad relationship, but her biggest fear is being alone. Give her a visual prop that symbolizes her fear. So this one now is the prop. Cracked teacup, all those little props that you can now use, because if you want to create stunning visuals, you need a lot of props. See, the money I spend on buying props, what do I mean by props? All these stuffs, all these things, all these little stuffs. Thank God for Timo. Now I'm not going to advertise on this in this class. I'm not going to advertise, okay? But I use Timo a lot because it's very, very easy to look at Pinterest. You look at Pinterest, you get some ideas for some props. Just go to Timo. You're able to see those things and buy them for cheap. I'm not advertising, guys. Let's proceed. Practical workflow. Phase 2, scripting and dialogue. The goal is to move from the idea to the blueprint. So we've talked about the ideas now, all those things. We're now moving toward the blueprint, focusing on efficiency for social or emotional for film, or emotion for film. The professional prompt structure. Format. Speechify the structure. What does it mean to speechify the structure? You need to break down whatever you're doing into columns, not just written out stuff. Let it be in columns. Okay, I'm going to show you this. Columns? This is an example of columns. The short list, the short idea. So for this idea, this is the video style. You understand? This is the shot. This is the camera angles. For this idea, this is the camera angle. So it's going to break it down into what? 2 table form. That is the best way to tell it to answer you, to give you your answers. All right. Speechify the structure into 2 column script or dialogue heavy outline. Scene context. Provide the scene's emotional goal. What is the emotional goal? Do you want it to be melancholy? Do you want it to be happy? Do you want it to be sad? Do you want people to be entertained? Because if you these things now, this emotional context helps build the entire body that will carry your audience, so they know the emotional undertone. Because if I want people to be sad, there is how I'm going to speak. I'm not going to speak very fast, or speaking very fast means I'm angry. You get, when it comes to emotion, when it comes to dialogue now. But sometimes speaking so slow means I want my audience to connect with me. You get. Then action constraints. Define how the action should be presented. Minimal dialogue, no music, etc. So this one is action. This is another part of prompting. Okay, another part of prompting. Another way you can use to structure your prompt to get results. So don't just prompt one and leave it like that. See, the way I work here, ChatGPT is open, Perplexity is open, Gemini is open. That's the way I create. So while ChatGPT is giving me this, I'm hitting Gemini with this, I'm hitting Perplexity with this. Sometimes I even go to Grok. You get. So I now carry every single thing and I begin to knit everything together, because some things that are going to give you is total trash, useless, worthless. So you will now refine all those things. When you finish refining it, you can now copy it, right? Copy what you have done and tell ChatGPT that this is the script. Help me to organize it. Don't change. Tell it. Don't change anything. Don't add anything. This is the final script. You could not do your job. I've helped you. That's the way I talk to ChatGPT. You could not do your job. I've helped you to do your job. So don't change anything. Don't add. Don't take away. You understand? You just want it to help you organize it in columns, and you're good to go. All right, let's proceed. So this one now is short film scene. Draft a 1-page scene. Simple screenplay style, where Ava, anxious, minimalistic, attempts to pack a suitcase. Remember, she's leaving a failed relationship, right? The scene must have no dialogue, no talking at all. Use action lines to emphasize her hesitation and fear, making the suitcase feel like a giant obstacle. The only sound should be ambient noises and zippers. Like ambient noises, she's walking, trying to put clues, maybe occasional sobbing. All right, this now gives you visual action, subtext, the use of sound. So it now helps you to give you sound design ideas to use. All right, now social video script. Create a 2-column script for a 90-second YouTube shot while your houseplants are dying. For the audio column, use a casual, relatable tone. For the visual column, suggest simple shots. Close-up shots, B-roll, text overlays. You understand? Cinematic stuff. So it gives you the cinematic stuff. It gives you the sound things to do. The kind of backing track. Now we are going to go into details what a backing track is, what SFS is, what dialogue, monologue, all those things, what they are and how to use them. So efficiency, synchronization, and audience tone. Refining dialogue. I have this line of dialogue. So this line of dialogue, I don't think I can do this anymore. Remember, this is for Ava. Rewrite it in 3 different ways to convey the same meaning, but with different tones. Okay, so those tones are maybe happy tone, maybe sad tone. You understand? So passive aggressive, cold and final, tearfully emotional. So it helps you build emotional nuance and actor guidance, how you're going to act that particular script, how you're going to act it out on camera. Okay, this is the final one. The practical workflow using Gemini, phase 3, shortlist generation. So what is shortlist? Shortlist is a document that has all your types of shots: close-up shot, extreme close-up shot, wide shot, extreme wide shot, overhead shot, top-down shot, all the shots that will help you convey your story. So this is crucial. This is a crucial skill for a modern creator. Professional prompting isn't about jargon. It's about specificity, structure, and constraints to get high quality actionable output. The reason why you see somebody who tells you that, oh, this work that I did is from AI, and you're like, are you sure AI gave you this thing? To another person, when you just look at it, nah, AI. This script with this guy they talk, nah, AI. This is the difference. The difference is the person who is prompting the AI is a cinematographer, is a videographer, is a content creator. So he knows content creation, he knows cinematography, he knows videography. So there are sometimes I remember when I did one prompting for a picture, and I'm like, how did you get this result? How is it so high quality? If you see my prompt, I put in focal length in my prompt. I put in the lens that ChatGPT is going to use. I put in the lighting position. So my result, the result I will get, and the result any John is going to get, say, use this image and create a high quality picture for me. What do they call it? There's this professional. This is not talking head now. Talking heads for videos. I'm talking about headshot, professional headshot. My own is going to be different, because when you see my prompt long. Is sentences upon sentences, story upon story. So my result is going to be state of the art. You get? So the role, remember, act as a cinematographer. So why are we talking about cinematography now? Cinematography is not videography. Cinematography covers every single thing. Covers prop design, set design, the use of colors, the use of sound, the use of framing, visual composition, and we're going to go next into visual composition, right? Visual composition, a lot of things going on. You understand? That is what it means to be a cinematographer. Scene details. Paste the specific scene or script paragraph. So that scene that you have written out, paste it. What do you want to be in this scene? Emotional goal. Restate the desired mood, e.g., we need to convey power and paranoia. This is when you want to create a scene of somebody who has gone gaga. You understand? Somebody who, you understand? So this is what you utilize. Format and structures. Format and instructions. Define the required columns and request the use of specific techniques. Request, I want you to use top-down shot, over-the-head shot. I want to have depth of field. All those things. Now we're going to look at this shot list, right? Types of shots in visual composition. But before we go into that, let's look at the prompting. I'm going to give us room for questions for us to talk before we now go into the other part. Creating the shot list. Act as a cinematographer based on the following scene descriptions. You have your scene description, paste short script scene, create a detailed eight shot list. The emotional goal is tension and claustrophobia. Someone who has fear for tight spaces. For each shot, specify the shot size. CU, MS, WS. We are going to look at these things, okay, what they really mean. Camera angle, low, high angle, high, and composition technique, rule of thirds, symmetry. You recommend output in a markdown table. Remember, you need them to be broken down. All right. Technical precision, specify visual vocabulary. Remember, we talked about show, don't tell. There are times when you need to show your audience. You don't need to tell them, this particular scene, the audience is a big man, right? And is looking down on the small man. Now, there's something I did at the end of the class, right? At the end of the class, everything that we have looked at as a principle, working idea, or a concept, I have videos. I have 5 videos. I pray they don't take any of these videos down. But I have videos that explains in detail every single thing I've put up. Right? Every single thing I've put up. Videos that you should go watch. See, please. The moment you get this document, just go click on the video. You understand? Click on the video so that you have access to them. All right. Lighting plan for shot number 4, right? You understand, for shot number 4 or for shot number 5 of the scene where the character is alone in the bedroom. Create a simple lighting plan using only one practical lamp, because that is what I have. You understand? Use what you have. This is the light that I have. Using only one light, the color is blue or the color is red, and one window. Describe the effect that you want. Where should the lamp be placed to create maximum shadow, low key? What feeling should the shadows invoke? Put every single thing there. Should the shadows invoke loneliness, scary or whatever? Put it down there. What does this give us? Practical constraints, low budget focus, and the mood that you want to invoke. Then the last one, troubleshooting angle. We are filming a character who feels trapped currently. The script suggests an eye level medium shot. Suggest 2 alternative shot types, angle and size, that would immediately make the character feel more vulnerable and trapped. Justify your suggestions based on a compositional rule. We are going to look at compositions, okay? Visual compositions, shot styles. We're going to look at them so you will know what to use to prompt your chatbot. Now, this is problem solving, applying theory, angles, and composition. Now, before we go into visual composition and shot styles, do we have any questions so far? Do we have any questions so far? Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. I can hear you.
No question.
Yeah, we can hear you, sir.
No question.
No question.
Yet from me.
So that means everything is understood. We are sailing smooth. Awesome. It's not that no question, sir. Then we now say, okay, mode 1 has ended. You have question, okay, type your question, please. If you can't type, if you can ask. You can take the mic and ask. Just unmute yourself and ask your question. We are waiting. Oh, are you typing?
I have a question myself,
Okay,
please.
okay, yeah, go on.
I want to know if you use a teleprompter. Is this something you recommend? Because actually, it's difficult for me to
use.
memorize scripts, like memorize things.
Okay.
My memory got it to the work, you know.
Okay.
Except it's just one sentence, but if it's multiple stuff, some more, it did knock.
Okay. Do you know the most amazing thing? One of the most amazing thing is that one of the videos I sent talks about how to use teleprompter. Now, I will recommend teleprompter, but this is the but. You now need to, before you start using
Can you hear me, sir?
Yeah, we can hear you, but let me answer this question. I can hear you, Johnson.
Okay, I just want to be sure.
Okay. Now, before you start using teleprompter, I want you to be very comfortable. You're already comfortable in camera. Okay, so I'm answering your question and I'm still talking to other people.
I'm not comfortable. That video you saw, I used teleprompter for that video.
Okay. Now, if you notice, you were not natural in that video. If you notice, you're not natural in that video. So I already have a video. This thing now, I already have a video that solves your problem. How to become natural when using the teleprompter. One is your settings. You need to know how to do your teleprompter settings very, very well. Okay, so your script has to flow naturally. As it's moving, it has to flow naturally. Then you need to gesticulate. You need to break. You need to break eye contact. You know what I mean by breaking? You don't, when you're talking to somebody, do you look at them in the eye like this and you just talk? There are times where so there are times where you break eye contact. So you need to do the same. When you break eye contact, people will never know you're using a teleprompter. They will never know, because why? You look at the camera. I do it a lot. When I'm talking to the camera, there are sometimes that I'll just remove my eye and I'm talking, and I'll come back to the camera and I'm looking at you, right? I'm gesticulating. I'm talking to you like as though you are here. See, all these things that I'm doing is needed. You get? It's needed to sell like you are human. You get? The moment you do it, people will not believe that you are using a teleprompter. And funny enough, I'm getting my teleprompter soon, because even myself, you think about money, you won't on they memorize 200 lines. All right, so using a teleprompter is not bad at all, but you need to get a good teleprompter. There's one my elder brother has that. It has its own screen. You don't need to put your phone or your tablet. That one is a little bit expensive. Yes, very good teleprompter. But very expensive, yeah. So you can set the speed, you can set everything, right? It will just be moving and you're talking. So sweet. So the video is going to help you break down. I have another video that I put there that will teach on how to become natural when filming yourself. And that guy, I've been following that guy. I've watched almost all the videos that guy has put up on YouTube. Right? He's very, very good. Very, very good. Okay, so Mr. Johnson, your question.
Thank you, sir. Yeah, the question is basically about you mentioned this AI tools you've been using for content creations, which is Gemini and ChatGPT, because currently I use ChatGPT anyway. So I want to know, because for me it's becoming like jumping from one tools to the other. Sometimes it could create confusion, because I've been looking into creating some content lately about images and like theme pages. I don't know if you know much about a little bit about theme pages and all that. So when you give a prompt today about a particular theme page, let's say you're doing tour, like traveling theme page, where you just post pictures and all that. So today you give a prompt and you've told ChatGPT to save this in memory so that it doesn't forget about that, and the next day you realize that, can you give me the prompt for today's post? When you're going to see the prompt and generate is going to be totally
Yeah.
different.
Yeah.
But yeah, and jumping from one AI tool to another one, if you do Gemini, Gemini is going to tell you to pay for Pro. This other one is ready to. So which one is it that Gemini is totally different from what ChatGPT is doing, or is basically that okay, you can stick to one, but your prompting is what is bringing the problem, or what do you think? Because I just want to be sure because I don't want to be paying for
Yeah.
too
I
many prompts
totally
and all of
understand.
that.
Now, see, I'll tell you the truth. You can't use one.
You can't one.
You can't use just one. I'll tell you the truth. The reason why you can't use just one is some AI platforms excel in some kind of tasks. When it comes to images, when it comes to creating storyboard, storyboarding and all of that, there are some other platforms that excels far better than Gemini and ChatGPT. Okay, so what I'm going to give you is there's a platform. I've given this out. The platform is there's an AI for that.com, right? There is an AI for that.com. Now, most AI platforms lock their pro feature behind a paywall. It's quite sad. I'm telling you, it's just sad, right? And I will tell you, ChatGPT right now, ChatGPT is not keeping up. Okay, some things I want to do. ChatGPT excels in some areas, but it fails in other areas. So when I work, I don't just work with one. I don't work with one at all. You understand? When it comes to analyzing videos, footages, and all of that, I use Gemini. Why do I use Gemini? Gemini is owned by Google. Who owns YouTube? Google. So a lot of videos, they can give me hyperlinks. I can just create hyperlinks. I can go and watch, and it's consistent in that area, right? But when it comes to image generation, there are other platforms that excels far better than ChatGPT and Gemini.
No, no, actually, I don't use ChatGPT for image generation. Actually, all I do with ChatGPT is just to get a prompt, which I can take to places like Leonardo
Yeah,
or
Mid
Grok, or
Journey.
sometimes takes to Midjourney. So what I use ChatGPT for is just to generate a prompt that could give me a kind of image that I need from other tools or machines. So, but I just want I won't say
Do
I
you
want a
know?
platform
Do
or a
you
tool that
know
could.
Jason prompting? Jason.
No,
Okay, this is what's going to
no.
happen here. You need to expand your knowledge in prompt engineering. All right.
Okay.
Yes, yes. I'm going to give you guys books. I'm going to give you guys ebooks, like I mentioned.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Actually, for me, from my perspective, even based on use and everything, I really don't think you need much. I think Gemini is enough, or ChatGPT is enough, and the reason is based on how you prompt it.
Yeah.
So when you are talking about image generation and everything, Gemini can create it for you. And in the case that you don't have the money, you can use Google Image Effects.
Okay.
I have there's one video in which I did to generate realistic people using Gemini. You can give it everything, how you want it to look like, even sweating,
Yeah, and it will be
down to sweating,
consistent.
and to be
Yeah.
consistent. The average person, like a average person, does not need a pro version of any
It's
LLM.
just prompt engineering. They need to know how to prompt.
I have Pro. I have never paid for Pro. It's my company that paid for it. We use it basically for coding. Why? Based on how you want to solve
Bugs.
unit testing
Yeah.
and everything. Only developers can understand that. But the thing is, the average person at any cost does not really need a Pro. Because most of the, as at 2 years ago, you need a Pro for many of
Yeah.
them. But now they have released many of those features, and you don't really need a Pro to do it. Example, working with Excel, working with Microsoft Word, working with generating advanced prompts itself. Even if you don't know what prompts to use,
You can
you can
generate,
ask
you
the
can
AI.
ask it to generate a prompt for you. Yeah.
For me, basically, that is what I do most of the time. If I don't really know what I need per se, I just have to generate a lot of things, behave like a person.
Fugitive, when you want to start your class now, make a register now. Fugitive. Eh?
So
Make a register for your class, I beg.
he has just explained everything, right? Basically, it is prompt engineering, right? You need to get good at prompting. A lot of persons don't know how to communicate. Okay, so there are some advanced prompt styles that you need to use that works well for what you want to do. I find out that when I want to create images, like when I'm going to use images, I use JSON prompting method. Now I can't begin to teach this because we are not doing prompt engineering, right? So you can go and meet our brother, or the books I'm sending. You can read the books I'm sending. You can even watch videos.
I'm just even me. Most of the prompting I do is just from learning from AI. Itself.
Yeah.
How to prompt AI using AI.
Yeah.
That's
Honestly, that's how the way I became good. The way I became good in prompting is one of the I just used the idea when I did one course with NIT some years ago, CompTIA A plus. I did CompTIA A plus. So one of the things that we learned, search engine optimization, all of that, how to search things. Most persons don't know how to search things and get results. From searching from Google, if I see how you search and you're not getting results on Google, you're going to struggle with prompting, right? Because you just need to know how to communicate, and now you can use AI to learn how to prompt. You get? Any other question before we move? That's a good one. Thank you so much. That's a good one. I believe we can proceed. Okay. Visual composition and short styles. 1. Understanding visual composition. Visual composition is the intentional arrangement. I repeat, intentional arrangement of visual elements within a frame. What is a frame? This is a frame. When you sit down to shoot video, you are in a frame. You've created a frame. Okay? You need to be intentional. Where you position things, where you keep things, everything is important. You get? So visual composition is the intentional arrangement of visual elements within a frame to guide the viewer's eye, communicate emotion, and strengthen storytelling. Great composition creates clarity, rhythm, tension, or mood, often without dialogue. Tell me you are a chef without telling me you're a chef. When you come into the scene, once you look at you, just know this lady looks like a chef, not shelf, a chef. Why? There are elements, there are things. You get? I don't need to tell you that I know how to play music or musical instrument. Why? When you look at my background, you see a guitar. You get? So these are some of the things that we're going to look at. All right, let's proceed. Now, core composition principles. 1. Rule of thirds. What are rule of thirds? What is rule of thirds? Rule of thirds are dividing lines. Okay, there are 9 boxes. When you create a rule of third, you have it on your camera. You can toggle on. See, if you're shooting videos, make sure on your digital camera, on your mobile phone, that rule of thirds is turned on. Divide your frame into 9 equal rectangles using 2 horizontal and 2 vertical lines. Place your subject along the lines or their intersections. Let me explain. Give me a second. Let me toggle on a tool that is going to help me explain better. Okay, now you see this point. These are intersection points. Okay, these are intersection points. So we have this line, this line, this line, this line, and we have created 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 boxes. Okay, 9 boxes. If you pay attention to most videos, especially videos that has to do with the 16:9 orientation, cinema orientation, okay, YouTube orientation, for TikTok you can skip this. For TikTok, what do I mean by TikTok? 9:16 shorts, YouTube shorts, IG reels, you can skip this. Why? Because you don't have enough. You can still use it, but you don't have enough space to begin to place things in your frame, in your shot, right? What does this do? use this to explain a lot of things. A lot of things are going on here. You can use this to do your foreground, midground, and background. You can use this to create your depth of field. You can use this to create your white space. All right. Now, if you pay attention, look at where the character is. The character is positioned at this point of the shot, not in the middle. Not in the middle. I saw the video our boss shot, DB of Tech. He just sat down in the very middle. He sat down in the very middle.
I think saying a talking head video, saying I saw the
Even if it's talking head, you want cinematic. You want cinematic. For cinematic, don't stay in the middle. Break it. All right. There is a time to stay in the middle. I'm going to show you when. Right, but not every single time. Place your subject, be closer to the left or closer to the right. Let them see things going on in the background. Excuse me. Create white space. You see how if you look at this shot, look at my frame. You can see other things that makes it interesting. Okay, makes it interesting. That is what you need to go for. That is why we use our rule of thirds, right? For framing, to set composition. Don't just sit in the middle. The only time you sit in the middle, you're going to see when you sit in the middle is when you do something intentionally. All right, there's something you have to do to be able to sit in the middle. All right, I hope that's clear. So let's go to the second one and the third one. The second and the third one is leading lines. Okay, now these are framing techniques. What is leading lines? When you pick up your phone, your camera, you see something like this. Oh, excuse me. Something like this. Are you seeing this line? I seen this line. You see these lines? They are lines that your eyes are seeing. Okay? You must be able to. What makes you a cinematographer is you look at the real world and you are able to spot out very good frames to take your picture or do your video. Are you seeing the lines? Everything is done intentionally. Are you seeing the lines? So you must be looking out for this. You must be looking out for all of this. Can you see? Then this one is also leading lines, a spiral. This is the golden spiral. So you look at all these things to put in your frame. See this one? So leading lines, use natural or artificial lines in your environment to guide the viewer's eye. So when you see a shot like this, you know that this guy is walking. You understand? It's bringing your audience in. Okay? And you can achieve this in your house. You can look for frames, you can look for places, look for angles. That's how you frame your camera. That's how you frame your phone. You understand? Look for, okay, this thing meets here, this thing meets here. Good. There are more videos that will explain these things in detail. Okay, I know I'm not doing a good job, but there are more videos, that additional resources that will break these things down again for you so that you catch it. So the goal is that you're able to use them. Now, the only time you sit down in a frame middle like this is when it is symmetric. All right, what do I mean by symmetric? What is happening on the left is what is happening on the right. If what is happening on the left or what is happening on the right is not identical, don't sit in the middle. If it's not identical, don't sit in the middle. If what is happening above and what is happening beneath is not a mirror image, You know, when you divide it, it's not symmetrical. Don't sit in the middle. Okay? Now, symmetry and center, this is another style, right? Symmetry and centered composition. Perfectly balanced elements on both sides, often used in powerful, calm, or dramatic scenes. Okay? Let's proceed. Number 4, framing within a frame. This one is spectacular, mind-blowing. What is framing within a frame? Now you see where you take, let's say I do something like this. This is frame within a frame, where I capture an overall video, but there is still a frame, maybe a box, maybe a window. You understand? Maybe a window, maybe a circle, and I'm now capturing the video from that circle or from that square, or there is a mirror behind me, right? I'm standing and my reflection is being captured in the mirror, and I am out of focus, but what is on focus is the guy in the mirror. That is frame within frame. So anything that can lock you in circles, in triangles, in love shapes, whatever shape that can lock somebody in is another frame. All right, so use foreground elements to frame your subject. So you can use foreground, you can use background. All right, you can use foreground and background elements to frame within your frame. Then the next one is depth and layers. Now we've talked about this before. We talked about foreground, midground, and background elements. All right, this is how you use to create cinematic stuffs. We talked about how that you can carry something, put it here, all right, like this, and we've created what? Foreground. I'm in the midground, and that is in the background. So anything that is in the foreground is blurred out. It's out of focus. It's out of focus. You understand? What is in focus is what is in the midground. You get? So you see it here. This tree. What's up? What's going on? This tree is in the foreground and it's out of focus. Okay, although this guy did not do a wonderful job, he was supposed to still defocus part of himself, right? The background you're seeing here is out of focus. Okay, so it creates a sense of depth, an illusion of depth. Okay, so we are going to look at examples. Okay, I'm going to show you how to recreate some of these things. All right, let's proceed. The next one is negative space. Negative space, use empty spaces, empty areas to emphasize isolation, calmness, or clarity. What is a negative space? It's a wide space that you leave out of your shot. All right, is a way to create establishing shot. So we see where the environment is. Oh, he's in an airport. Oh, he's in a museum. Oh, he's in an aquarium. Oh, he's in his parlor, his living room. Oh, he's in his kitchen. You understand? And I'm going to show you what establishing shot is when we use establishing shot, because this one is actually an establishing shot. It shows you the environment, shows you the character in the environment. Okay. 7, contrast and color theory. Now this one is a lot. To understand this better, there is a video that explains this. All right, in some of the videos that explain this better. Sorry guys, something just entered my eyes. Okay. All right, no problem, Franz. You're welcome. You have to go back and watch the entire video. Contrast and color theory. Use complementary colors, light versus dark, or size difference to create visual interest. Now, you see how this guy stood out in a blue background. So you need to learn your colors. Like if you look at this shot now, my video, you see how the colors behind me are very catchy. You see the yellows, you see the orange. Everything is done intentionally. Every single thing is done intentionally. Most times, even what I wear is done intentionally. Right? It's done intentionally. And when we start shooting videos, we're going to look at it some more. Okay, then the next thing is contrast, is a visual contrast for size. You see this thing that we have here, this one is also used to create differences, like to show location where we are. You can see the size of the stage is so big. So sometimes you can create this with, maybe you stack some books, you bring it to the foreground, because whatever is in the foreground becomes bigger, whatever is in the background becomes smaller. So you cannot decide to walk down to the background and leave the books in the foreground. You've created what? Contrast, visual hierarchy. There's a video that explains this some more. Now let me ask a question. How many of you have downloaded the other ebook that I created? How many of you have downloaded the other ebook?
I downloaded it, but I've not read
You
it.
need to open it, right? Because there are some things that we're talking about here that, you know, are explained in that PDF. So they are free, they are your resources, you paid for it. So go get it, read it, look at it, right? Yes, we are expanding on some things here, but not everything that was said there is being said here, and not everything that is being said here is found there. You understand? So learn to utilize it. Okay, let me remove this. Okay, I think we are in a good spot. We're in a good spot. I think I'm able to beat that time. I'm able to beat the time. So that's for our compositions, right? That's for our composition. These are the main compositions. These are the 7 main compositions that are used in filmmaking, content creation, the basic compositions. Okay, so essential short types. What are short types? Now, when you want to see, for those who create content, if you want to make your content interesting, don't just set a camera. Don't use static shots. Okay, don't just put it on a camera, then you're talking. Even if you're doing talking head, even if it's a static shot, use other angles. All right, use other angles. There's a principle I use, right? Every 3 seconds or every 4 seconds, introduce something else. And the only way to do that is you use this. We have extreme wide shot. What is an extreme wide shot? Or you call it ultra wide, right? Fish eye lenses do that. Use your ultra wide lens to establish a shot, to show the environment. Let's say you're creating a content of you walking in your workspace. Let's say as you're walking in, you take a video that captures you walking in and the entirety of your workspace. That is an establishing shot. The moment you want to take an action, remember we talked about, I don't know if we talked about cutting on action. No. I'm mixing up things. I'm mixing up things from the class I had yesterday with somebody. Oh, so there's something, and we're going to look at it, right, when we go into editing, right, when we go into the other phase. There's something called cutting on action. When you cut your video is when you take an action. For instance, just follow me. When you are walking to take your seat, the moment you touch your seat to sit down, you cut it there. You should move your camera. That's what we do. When you're shooting with one camera, we move it. We set it in another position. We walk, we hold it, and we sit down. That one now will not be a medium, maybe a wide, still a wide shot or a medium shot. So, extreme wide shot shows the environment, establishes context. Use establishing scenes, showing isolation or scale, showing the size of the environment. Image example: a wide desert landscape with a tiny figure walking across vast sand dunes. Number 3. Oh, I missed this. This is supposed to be 3.2, not 3.1. I'm sorry for that typo. Wide shot. So we have extreme wide shot, we have wide shot. Wide shot or long shot shows the entire subject, now the subject from head to toe. So it's not it reduces the focal length, right? Let's say we are covering a wide area, but now we've narrowed it down a little bit, but we are still capturing our subject from head to toe. So use to show action and subject relationship to the setting. What is the relationship? He's coming to sit down. This is workspace. He wants to work. He wants to do something, right? Medium shot, that's the MS. You see all those things, the MS, the CU, and all of that. So medium shot, MS, shows the environment, establishes the context, the use, establishes scenes, showing as oh, there's a mistake here, guys. Before I send it to you, I'm going to correct this mistake. Okay, there's a mistake here. I just copied, I didn't change it. But let me tell you what the medium shot is. The medium shot is from your head to your torso. All right, from the head to your torso. It shows, it creates more emphasis on the environment. Like, it brings a closer relationship to the subject. It shows action, what I want to do. Right, mainly used for talking head. We use medium shot mainly for talking heads. All right, that's the medium shot. The close-up shot. Close-up shots are used to establish, to create emphasis. All right, they focus on the facial expressions. The eyes, close-up shot, you capture your eye, you capture your mouth. You understand? Maybe when you're saying something, you can capture your mouth, you can capture your eye, capture the ears, capture sweat dropping down. So it shows more details. All right, use emotional connection and emphasis. That's the use case. Example, close shot of a teary eye reflecting light. You understand? We now have extreme close-up shot. This extreme close-up shot gives you micro detail. So it captures more, like the makeup of the sweat or tears. It is used to create tension, focus, or symbolism. All right, image example. A bead of sweat rolling down someone's face during a stressful moment. So if you maybe the content idea is that, oh, you're stressed. When it comes to that part and you're sweating, you set the camera to get an extreme close-up shot. Okay, so some macro lenses, some zoom lenses will be able to help you to achieve that. All right, your phone has, telephoto lens, and all of that. You use it to get that particular result. Another shot is called over-the-shoulder shot, OTS. This shot is usually from behind one character toward another. So I'm sitting down, somebody is talking. It's used for dialogue. We use this a lot for dialogue, right? Over the shoulder, the person is standing and is capturing the other person that's talking. This person is blurred out. This person is now in the foreground. You can mix it and match it up. All right, so used for conversations, POV, dynamic POVs, right? So I can just capture myself walking, right? Typing on my keyboard, and I have like an over the shoulder shot of my workspace. Okay. We have point of view. Point of view is what I am seeing, what the subject is seeing, what the character is seeing. So it shows exactly what the character is seeing. Use immersive storytelling. All right, so maybe I'm typing now. I want an eye view of my hands as I'm typing. Right, I recently bought something. I have not unboxed it. All right, it's a headpiece that holds. You can hold your camera. You can hold your phone. All right, so it gives me like a third person, a game kind of view, right, where it can capture my hand, capture everything from my head. My first person. Is it first person? Yeah, first person. First person point of view. So there is first person, third person, right? I don't even know which one is second person. I only know first and third person. First and third person. All right, so it shows exactly what a character is saying. It is used for immersive storytelling. No one would say immersive, like your Vision, Apple Vision, all those immersive Google Lens and all of that. So image example. Hands holding a phone while walking through a busy street, shot as if the viewer is the character. All right, that's the first person view. The next one is low angle shot. Low angle shot, camera looks up to the subject. So we use this to convey power, dominance, heroic moment. Understand? Image example: a person standing on the stairs with a camera at a ground level, looking up. You get it should not be stairs. It can be something else. Okay, so it's used to create powerful subjects, dominance, authority. You get high angle shot. High angle shots are, in high angle shots, the camera is looking down on the subject. Okay, it's looking down on the subject. It's used for vulnerability, inferiority, overview shots. High angle. You can also use this for. You can also use bird eyes view. God eyes view. They call it so many things. Okay, so it is used to capture a larger area, used to showcase vulnerability, inferiority, capture fast-paced actions. When there's a lot of action going on, you can use this high angle shot, right? Or bird's eye view shot, or over the head shot, or top down shot. There are so many names. Top down shot is still high angle. Dutch angle. Dutch angle is when you tilt. Okay, when you tilt your camera this way, that's the Dutch angle. So it is used most times for creative filmmaking. The camera is tilted diagonally. It is used to create tension, imbalance, psychological drama. So all those psychological movies, scary movies, you see them panning the camera. It's like they are rotating it. They are dodging it. It's called dodging. They are dodging it, move it. It now moves 360, right, to create all those illusion. So image example, a tilted street scene where buildings lean unnaturally. Now we are in camera movement and visual flow. Static shot. What is static shot? I'm sitting down. It's used for talking head mostly. I'm sitting down, talking to the camera is static. So stable and unmoving. Great for interviews and quiet moments. So great for interviews, quiet movement, dialogue. All right. The next one is tracking shot. The camera moves with the subject, either left, right, forward, or backward. So if the person is moving forward, you're tracking the person. If the person is moving this way, you're moving back, you're backtracking. If the person is moving left, you're moving this way. If the person is moving right, you are moving this way. All right. So we have push in or pull out. So I'm standing in one place and I'm pushing in the camera. Okay? Pushing in the camera. Or I am pulling out the camera. Now, slow zoom or dolly in, out of emotional emphasis. Now, we use this a lot in trying to. This is in most like when it says cinematic, right? When you're saying some things and you want your audience to like follow along, you can start zooming in slowly. I'm not talking about the fast zoom and all of that we used to catch viewers' attention and retain their attention. All right, I'm talking about when it is done, okay, cinematically. Let's say you're cooking in the kitchen and you have an establishing shot and you're zooming slowly, you're pushing in slowly. You now cut to a close-up shot of you, moving the fry pan, the fire, the carrot and everything moving in your fry pan. You understand? You change to another shot and all of that. So that's how this is when we use it. Then the fourth one is pan and tilt. Pan and tilt is usually rotational movement that reviews or scanning an environment. So like this is panning. So when I move like this, I'm panning. When I move like this, I'm tilting. Okay, I'm tilting. So tilt up. So we go up like this, or we tilt down like this, or we pan to the left, or we pan to the right. Don't mistake it with tracking. It is not the same thing as tracking. Okay, track to the left, track to the right, track forward, track backward. Okay, this one is also pushing inward, but tracking, you are moving with the subject. Why push in? You can be in one place, either you're using your zoom button or you're just moving your hand, but you're still static, you're still stationary, right? Then that's basically it. Okay, and we are done. Woo! We beat that 2 hour mark because I want us to ask questions. Okay, I wanted us to leave room for questions. That's why I was working with that 2 hour mark, and I am excited. I was able to cover a lot. I think we just went through 24 slides, if I'm not mistaken. 24 slides. All right, so all of these videos are linked to videos on YouTube that will show you video examples, like real-time examples of all the things we have said, so you understand it. It will now give you the philosophy and the psychology of a filmmaker and the content creator. So when you are trying to create your content, you have something to work with. So do we have questions?
I have a question.
Yes, please ask.
Yeah, it's still back to the tools I mentioned
Okay.
earlier, because I realized that one person mentioned that, like, he explained that I don't actually have to get pro, but I sense that for someone who try to maybe use some of those tools the more, I've seen a lot of time that you try to use it, they will stop you from getting further and say, "Oh, you have to that pay or something." So, if you can explain maybe how to go about it, so because me, I love free things anyway. So, if it's free, I wouldn't mind to get something that's free. But I needed to, because it's more like confusing, because you said that I have to pay for some things, while you came up and said I don't have to actually pay. So I
Now
want to
let's
know
let's let's
which one to
establish
hold
some
on to.
things, right? It depends on the context. What do I mean by depends on the context? What are you using it for? If you go to what's the name now? Where you write a script and you have like a voiceover. It's not Epidemic Sounds. Um, 11
Lab or
Labs.
something.
They are unit based. Any AI platform that is unit based, you definitely have to pay. So it depends on the use case. If you are using this, if you're using Gemini to just create content ideas, it's not unit based, then you don't need to go pro. I'm not using a pro account on Gemini. You understand?
Okay.
So it depends on the use case. There are other platforms where when you exhaust your unit, you either wait the next day or the next month, or you just have to pay. You understand? Hence why I said you may have to pay for some. You get, and you may not need. See, there is this
I have one.
Sorry, you said
I have one that I already paid.
Sorry, I didn't get you.
I have one that I already paid it in the chat GPT or something like that.
You've already paid.
Yeah, as
Yeah.
well. I pay for ChatGPT as well, so I'm paying for ChatGPT, and so because
I
I
have it
don't
out of
feel.
GB. Already paid.
I want to ask a
Yeah.
question with
For,
our
for, for, a,
what
for a
are we
month.
what
I
are
think
we
every month
what
I
are we
use.
Can we go one after the other,
what are
please?
we
Okay.
Fugotik, you go. After Fugotik, the chosen one, you speak. Then after the chosen one, Johnson, you speak.
No, mine is not like this. I was just asking the person that pay, what is he using it for?
Okay,
Then we'll be
that's a
able to.
good question. Okay, that's a good question, and I think Johnson, that should be you to speak.
Yeah, yeah. So what I usually use it for is to generate, because I tilt toward more of a content creation. So I usually ask for ideas, give me this. So I use it more often. Like even currently, as I'm doing this class, I'm also trying to work on ChatGPT to request for ideas. I do more of image content creation, like if I because I have a lot of team pages that I run on
Yeah,
TikTok and Instagram as well. So when I get those prompts, I use them to generate image from Leonardo and
yeah,
Midjourney. But sometimes when you're using free of this ChatGPT, it limits what you can. If you maybe let's say you use it often in a day, it will tell you you are exhausted your time for today. Maybe you wait till tomorrow
yeah.
again, and that's why I ended up to pay. So I don't know if I'm making the right
No,
decision, or I just have
now
to. There's
the
another
use
way around it.
cases, images. You understand?
No, I don't generate image. I don't generate
You
image on
don't
it.
get
I only
any
get prompt from it to another place.
well, I'm sure
I've never gotten that
ChatGPT.
prompt. I've never gotten that before.
I've never see. You can use the Think model currently because there's ChatGPT. I think we're on
Yeah,
5 currently. So every 6 months, thereabout, they release the last model. They do like a soft release of the previous model on free version. So currently, you should be able to use the thinking version, the
Okay.
research version, and the Canva version
Okay.
for free. That's why I'm shocked you saying you are maxing out. Your use case doesn't even require you to
I,
pay at all
that's
for ChatGPT.
I'm surprised that you're maxing out because
Now, generation of you don't even need to use Leonardo. I don't know the platform you are using. So Gemini, Grok currently allow you to generate
yeah,
videos
for
even for
free, yeah,
free. Grok generate image, Gemini generate image. Currently, Gemini is even having the best
because of
image
their nano
generation model.
banana integration.
So by default, you don't even need to pay for any service. Example is you are confused about what prompt you need at the rest, give it to ChatGPT, generate it for you. Let's say you even max out. Sometimes they can attach to the model that you are using at that time in case you don't share the latest model. You can toggle it at the top and
Change,
change
yeah,
it back
yes,
to the
yes, yes,
previous. When you toggle it back to
Okay.
the previous model, use the thinking model. It can even search the internet for you. You get your prompt. You want to generate your image, you can use Gemini. Copy the full prompt. Example, generate for me. I am working on so. I need a descriptive point of this. And it will generate the prompt for you. If you don't want to generate it on ChatGPT, because you have to pay for Sora.
yeah,
Sora, 5 images. You can only generate 5 images on ChatGPT using Sora. They intentionally do it that
so
way
that
due
people will
to
pay.
pay for that one. But if you don't, tell it generate so. It will generate the full prompt for you. Even if you want the text to be aligned to the center and the rest, tell it. When it's copied for you, if you are in US, you can use image effects. If you are not in US, use
Yeah,
VPN. Unlimited generation with
Google
Google
image
image
effects.
effects.
Please type it on the
The
chat.
believe- the best,
Type it on the chat.
the best. I can even show my screen now so that you can see what I'm talking about and use it to generate image. Unlimited with Gemini and image effects, generate unlimited as you want, and you'll be fine. I don't think your use case even need a pro at all. See, pro model is okay. We're a company base, we have tax
Yeah,
intensive, and we want latest model. Pay for pro, but basic
basic
person
personal use.
don't need
Nah,
you don't need pro at all. Let's say you even max it out. There are all these model that you are seeing are built or almost similar data, but different UI. There's something we call prompt fine tuning and machine learning algorithm redesign. It's based on different companies. Everybody is just based on who trained their
model. Yeah,
model more on. Data. So you can literally prompt ChatGPT, Gemini, the same prompt, they'll give you the same answer. They will give you even how you want it. So let's say you are exhausted on one platform, move to the other one and just play around.
yeah.
You don't need to pay ChatGPT anything.
Okay.
So
Thank you.
it's time to cancel your subscription and buy
I know
shawarma.
that brother. I'm shocked. Seriously, it has been
I've
long.
never received any, and I use it like
Some of us, you know what some of us do? When all of you are paying for this, me, I'll just be like, okay, oh, in the next 5 months, me, I shall know that they will roll
yeah,
it out. When all of you are paying for it, and we sit down, we'll not be using it later on.
facts, facts.
And that,
There's no need for him to cancel his subscription. Yeah.
yeah,
No,
you
he
can
can
still
Just
use
when
it.
subscribe.
when your
Just
subscription expires.
subscribe to me. Subscribe to me. Let me be your AI. Let me generate your image for you. I don't think I'll cost as much.
Do you know the interesting part is music generation with
Yeah, I
Suno?
use
Now there are
Suno. I
different
use Suno
models.
a lot. Most of my backing tracks are done on Suno.
Yes. So if you are afraid of copyright,
Use
use
Suno.
Suno AI. Suno will do 5 songs per day, and if you want more than 5 songs per day, Suno is trying to train model on
Yeah.
songs. They will ask you to review songs. You
Well, I think Sono said you can't use the free version as commercial or
no,
something. I
that's a
don't know
lie.
if that's true.
That's a lie. I even created to tell you that I proved their point. I had to create what they call faceless YouTube channel. Upload the nonsense.
Upload
Just
it.
created
See, it
some
doesn't have any copyright strike. And
generating
if you
from
even
this.
finish your unit, eh, and you build
I just did one Nigerian hip hop song today, so I felt like okay, maybe this guy don't catch me, so I upload
no,
that
no,
one
no, it's yeah, it's good to
No,
on
go.
YouTube.
It's good to go.
their model is, I don't know, probably in the future you never can tell if they become, because they are trying to become a music
Yeah,
based company, and now it's more of a social media now. Sooner it's turned
social
into a
media.
social media of music. Until then, I don't think AI generative content cannot be
Yeah,
patent. the reason is it's dynamic, it's created even by you, not that they are the one that
Yeah.
created it. You need AI content to generate it. So they can't really patent it. They are just looking for ways in which you have to make payments. I paid for Suno AI. That is because my sister used it extensively and my brother.
Why?
So I just
Why?
said
I
them.
wanted to show you people how to. There's a back door in Suno.
Okay, now.
Yeah, I don't use it normally. Some of us, what I do is I create private music. Probably when I'm working, listen to that their ad
Oh,
or extra account. Now, the reason why I even paid for the model was I wanted to gain access to the latest model.
Okay.
So the latest model was better than the previous one. The previous one was one sure you know it's AI, but the latest 4.5 and 5.0 is more like someone singing.
Yeah.
So that is how people create content, generate stuff, and the rest of it.
Okay. Thank you so much, guys. Like, I like this. I like you guys because you guys are knowledgeable. You are solving the problems as they come. So, any other question? Anybody has questions? Check exchange. You're here. Black Bombs, do you have questions? No question? You should talk. I think we've hit our 2 hour mark. So that means we are good, right?
Yes, I think
Okay.
so.
Now, before we say our good night, I believe a larger percentage of us have we were able to watch 3 or 4 of the videos that were sent. Were those videos helpful?
Those
sorry,
videos.
sorry.
Yeah, Fuguti, you go. Samuel.
I said I said those video. How can I put it? You know when someone say you are doing nonsense, those videos let you know that you are doing nonsense. I didn't know that I have seen that guy's video when even CEO, what they call it, daily life of a
Yeah.
CEO. I listened to him so he interviewed him, and that guy was talking about a developer accent. I never know the first 2 videos. I think were for me. The way that guy spoke, like you just think about your life and be like, come on.
Are you talking about your own personal video or which of the videos?
No,
Because
I'm talking about the video, how the guy talked about
Johnson,
how
have
to
you
create
gone through the last
content
class?
and the rest.
Yeah, I only downloaded the introduction. I didn't see any other video because I'm just surprised it's
Did
mentioning one
you
video right
download the
now.
PDF?
Like,
There's a PDF I sent.
that contains the applications to download.
No,
and the
not
rest.
just the
Is that what you're
applications to
saying?
download. The
So,
Model 1 storytelling.
Yes, I think I did. I did. I said if I've
Are
not
you
really
sure?
gone through all
You
the
have to
people.
go see. You have to go
Yeah.
through that the PDF. This training guide is just like this, where you see additional resources. There are videos. If you open the PDF on your PC, please. This is why I tell people don't open it on your phone. Open it on your PC, right? You can click. This thing is clickable. Okay, it's clickable. If I let me press escape. Let me escape here. You see now it's clickable. Once I click on it, it will take me to YouTube.
This video
was created by AI.
Right.
With AI, you can create any character you want.
real life.
Why am I
fantasy,
getting ads?
sci-fi, even animation. Oh, and don't forget about
I don't understand.
AI visual effects. You don't need expensive.
Why am I getting ad? Okay, it's using my other browser. That's not where my YouTube subscription. I for fear.
You are loaded.
What's nonsense?
You are loaded. You know, see your Christmas money in your hand. Spend
I
it.
for fear. No, the other account where I have my my subscription. Oh dear. Give me a second. I've closed down the. Yeah, so it's clickable. All these links are clickable. Video 1 is clickable, video 2 is clickable, video 3, video 4, and video 5. All right, so that's what we are actually talking about.
What I'm only saying is the creator
No, there's
toolkit.
another document now. Just scroll up, you'll be able to see it. should I tag? Are you on the Telegram channel?
Yeah, I'm on the channel on my PC, so I'm
Let me
trying to see
forward
if
it
I.
again,
Okay.
or let me just
All right, thank you.
reply it. You see it, Module 1, storytelling. It's a PDF document.
Okay.
I think PDF document is tautology. PDF. Oh Jesus, English language. School is not a scam.
Yeah, I think I
You have it
now.
now, right? Okay. Please, those videos are important. Very, very important. Very, very, very important.
Oh, okay. Additional video
Yes.
resources.
Go watch every single one of them, right? Because at the end of the module, which we have come to the end of module 1. You guys are not clapping. We are making progress. We have come to the end of module 1. We are moving into module 2. Module 2 has a lot of practicals. So we are moving into a place where we will now take out our phones, start shooting content, start doing some of all these things, right? So I want you guys to practice, because by Monday, our next class is on Wednesday. Our next live class is on Wednesday. By Monday, expect the assignment assessment for module 1. So that means I need you to have watched these videos today, tomorrow, Monday, so that from Monday you get prepared to submit your assessment by that weekend. So Wednesday we'll just do roll call. Have you done your assignment? Have you done your assessment? Yes. By the Saturday, you are sending in your assignment from module 1. Everything from module 1. We've completed module 1, right? We're now moving into module 2. Okay, is that okay, guys?
So, sorry, to be clear, so it's more like we're going to now practice story writing
Exactly.
and script. All right. So it will be like a script we're preparing to use for Wednesday class.
Awesome.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
nice.
So there you have it, guys. We are moving in. Okay, we are going in, because after now we're just finishing all the groundworks, all the theoretical stuff, explain all of this, explain all of that. Then so if you live in Lagos, so that you can focus. So you mean people that are in Lagos we lack focus? Is that what you mean?
Yeah.
Is that what you're trying to
You
say?
would have.
Yes, I'm with you,
Frost,
sir.
If you would have given a free class to a female student again now to keep
Okay.
Yeah.
You guys
only
will not
female.
revolt if I give slot out to 2 female.
You give her at least make 2 girls still did the platform. 2
All right,
ladies rather.
I'll create a video on it. Or if you have any lady that is going to be interested in this, just let me know. I can give out 2 free slots to 2 ladies.
That's my chairman.
I can give out 2 free slots to 2 ladies. Just hit me up and we can make that work. We can make that work. That's wonderful. Thank you for mentioning that.
Yeah.
Yeah, more get to it.
Yeah, go on, Johnson.
Yeah, you mentioned that you have one back end sheet of something that you wanted to about some AI topics. Sorry,
You people love free things.
They don't forget that.
Okay, I'm not going to. I won't give it out
to.
today because it's not relevant to what we're doing.
Okay.
But I'm going to give out a lot. I'm going to show you how to download every single thing. You don't need units for epidemic sound. You don't need for what's the other one now? That does voice over text to speech. What's the other one?
Okay.
What's the name again? I'm lagging like this. My head is lagging. So many platforms actually have backdoors for students, and we are all students. We are all students now.
Yes, sorry.
So for those who cannot afford to pay, there are some backdoors that we will be able to exploit. to, help ourselves, right? So when we get into some of those areas, I'm going to show you how to utilize them. Okay, so thank you guys. I really I'm enjoying our classes. I know it's going to be crazy when we get into practical, because that's when we start talking about shorter speed, shorter angle, ISO. 11 labs, yes, I was talking about 11 labs, yes. So I'm going to show you how to download. I've done that on TikTok on Lifetime, how to download from 11 labs for free. So yeah.
I'm still waiting.
Sorry,
I'm still
sir.
waiting for that resolve. King.
Yeah, sure. Do I send you? Okay. Our own.
How long are
Sorry,
the
is it?
class? How long are we away from the Da Vinci
I think
course?
we are still some steps away from DaVinci Resolve. We are still some steps away, because we need to talk about the other side, like filmmaking proper. We need to do camera settings, digital camera settings, mobile phone camera settings, look at the apps. So we are still a bit away from it. But have you started watching my videos on how to edit with DaVinci Resolve?
I haven't.
I think you should start with that. We should start with that, so that when we have our own private class. Now,
on your YouTube?
Yeah, on the ones on the YouTube. Okay. Now, guys, for some persons, even those who are here, they didn't pay the same amount that every other person paid. So they wanted one-on-one. You understand? So some persons actually have one-on-one training sections with me, right? And they are going to go advanced. You get? We are going to like practical, and DBF Tech is one of those persons, right? So when you hear those conversations, don't think that there's one other arrangement that you don't know. That one, it's a separate arrangement, but it still covers for this. Okay, I think what was his name? Is it Black Max, or there's someone else? I think I have like two other persons. Three other persons who.
Jojo is there.
No, Jojo, you are not. Jojo, you are not. I'll go and check the list again. I have a list, so I don't make mistake.
Yeah, I'll be leaving.
Sorry, is that?
I'll be leaving. I have something. I have to do something. Yeah.
I'll go and check.
No. I'm going to the gym. It's almost 10 here.
Okay. Yeah. So we are done. We're done.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're done.
Okay, thank you.
All right. So good night, everyone.
Sorry. I have a question.
Okay. Please ask.
I'm asking the question now. On your module, what was the afternoon? You said you dropped some videos concerning introduction to graphics designs, and we should go and look into it.
Yeah.
So I don't know where we can find the videos.
Did you see where I dropped a link? I dropped a link to my Google Drive.
No, I didn't see it, sir.
Let me copy it again and send.
Number two is on your YouTube, the first video about DaVinci Resolve. Doesn't that really clear based on that small circle you're using on the apps?
So what is going to happen when we're going to DaVinci Resolve? I'm going to do that part again live with you guys. Then the other parts that are okay, I'm going to take down that video.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
So when we get into DaVinci Resolve, you guys just do the cams, okay? Do the cams. I'm going to do another video with you people where I do like a better breakdown, so you have a better experience. I'm still growing, you understand? I'm still advancing. I'm still learning some stuff. Okay, guys, thank you for your time. Have a wonderful night rest. I will see you guys on Wednesday, but before Wednesday, I'll be sending in some other things. Like I said, the live classes are just for Wednesdays and Saturdays, right? But there are other things that I would send. I thought someone was saying something.
No, boss.
All right, so I hope tonight's class was good. I'm going to correct the mistake on this document before I send it to you guys. All right, I'm going to do that in maybe in the next 10 minutes. Then I'll send it to you guys. So have a wonderful night rest. Thank you so much. Catch you guys later. Good night.
Thank you.